I'm Chelsea Zaccato.
And I'm Natalie Heacock.
And this is Lumber Slingers.
Each podcast, we will be bringing you relevant and useful industry information, including interviews with top lumber professionals and discussion of current events in the industry.
Whether it be lumber grading, industry and market trends, or who's who in lumber, we hope to extend your current tally on industry knowledge.
Hello, and welcome to Lumber Slingers.
Good morning.
Your daily dose of news.
Weekly dose, but you know.
Yes.
What Trent said.
Day,
You
week, you know.
You guys,
Whatever.
I did something really cool yesterday that I've been dying to tell you about.
Go on.
Okay.
Yes, please.
I got the Claude extension from my Google Chrome. I took my meals for this weekend because I'm going to the lake, put them into Claude and said, grocery shop for me. And then it did, and it put all the items in my cart for me.
Ooh, that's nice. If you saved your card information, could it just do the whole thing?
What do you mean?
Just all the way to the end of the transaction and then...
It did.
So it bought it and everything.
It won't buy it. It won't hit buy. It makes you hit purchase. But I wanted to look at it first anyways. There was
Yeah.
a couple things did a gallon of milk. I didn't really want a gallon of milk, stuff like that.
Yeah, and it's the information you put in is as good as what you get. You didn't say. That's when I'm like, man, that's when I realize, really, I'm the problem when I'm talking to AI.
Hey, Taylor Swift. Hey, you're the problem for me.
But
Yeah,
I'm
it
just going to set up a skill that every Friday, every Sunday, I'm going to have it order my groceries.
Yeah, that's great. It'll really lessen the amount of times we're out and you're like, crap, I got to order groceries.
I know. Casey and Kelsey Holstrom like to make fun of me because I
Are
always order
ordering it.
groceries when I'm with them. Never again.
Do you not go into the restaurant? I mean, into the stores, or you just
I haven't
No.
been into a grocery store since Nom.
go into grocery stores? I mean,
And
it's
she
a bad thing
means
that
since
it's
Nom
expensive,
Nom.
but- Oh my gosh. So is this for
No.
everything? I mean, do you go to Costco?
No, that's my nightmare.
You don't go to Costco? Oh my gosh, this is groundbreaking. I didn't know that was a thing anymore. I thought everyone went to
I
Costco.
order Costco online and I have it delivered to my front door.
Going into
Yeah.
Costco is like half the fun. Not on a weekend, obviously. Got to go on a weeknight because weekends are it's awful and terrifying and scary. But weekdays are so much fun because you get to see all the new stuff they bring and you get to see the new deals because when they mark this stuff down, sometimes you get stuff really cheap and it's exciting. And you're like, hey, I got a good deal. And hopefully it's good because I've overbought stuff that was cheap one time and I was like, not good. But, it's a risk, right? It's always a risk. Risk reward.
The parking lot, the carts, the people. Ugh.
Yeah, but it's part of the experience of being interacting with
carts.
people.
The
They have
cards give me
wonderful-
trauma, man. Is that guy coming at me? Are they coming at me? Oh, I'm going to go
Wait.
around. Oh, nope, I'm running into somebody.
Yeah. Are they going to come after my ankles?
Are they just going
what
to
about-
ramrod into me right now in this aisle? Oh, where did you get that granola? That's what always happens.
But you don't get to try the samples also if you don't go in. How do
That's
you
true.
That's like it's a phenomenal thing. I mean, that's how I got Quinn to start eating lasagna. She tried a sample of lasagna that they had there, and she likes it now. We had Canadian bacon. She likes it now. So I mean, it's a life-changing experience to go in there, for better or worse at times. But still, it's
What day is the
Oh.
day where they do the samples? Is it
well, they
always
do
on
them
the
every day.
weekends?
They're very
I was gonna
aggressive
say-
on the weekends. Very
Okay,
aggressive.
That's what I was
But
wondering.
even during the weekdays, they do this and have less stations set up. But like the weekends, they have them everywhere. And
Then
I mean,
there's
they
lines for the samples.
Yeah, I
Ugh.
can't. I would never go on a Saturday or Sunday and it can't be
It
me.
depends on if you're an early morning person, if you go really early, like when they first open, because if you have the executive card, you get to go an hour earlier, at least the one at us. It makes it a lot better. Or if you go in at 3, it's not as bad, or maybe around 11, but that noon to 2 time around here is crazy.
Don't
Or you
they
go
have
at
a
night.
senior hour too?
I don't think so.
If you're over 60, you get to go early or something.
They could, but I know I don't know. They might have switched that
Silver
for the
Sneakers Club.
Yeah.
Silver sneakers at Costco.
well, they like I said, they might have switched that because they have the executive thing, so that the more expensive one, they get in an hour earlier.
Mm.
But businesses and everyone else has to come in an hour later.
Mm.
Which is fine because sometimes you get the businesses, they have those huge carts of 47 pallets of
The little flatbeds.
yes, you're carrying out so many things. You're like, I didn't know that they even carried that many things of Coca-Cola this one, but you bought all of them apparently.
What's everybody's favorite Costco purchase? I'll go
ever?
first. Just that you would buy on repeat if they kept it.
Ooh, that's a
They have
really-
these small Prosecco bottles, Zonin. Those were amazing. It was only $17 and you got I don't know, 12 bottles. It was just so nice because you don't have to open a full bottle of Prosecco, you just get the one little one.
Mm.
Number 2 would be the acai berry, like, their chocolate-covered acai berry
Blueberry.
Brookstone or Brook yeah. Oh my
Yes, those
gosh,
big
so
bags.
good.
Oh, I
Yes.
love those.
Frozen ones or just
No,
the
they're just, like, right by the checkout, and they are delightful. Okay, next.
So for me, it's one that there's a couple things. One thing that they always have that we love is Heavenly Hunks. They're phenomenal. Queenie loves them, and I love them. They're like organic little oatmeal and
They're
dark
good.
chocolate things. They're so good. And they're a great deal, especially when you get them on sale. I'll go back there twice and buy like 10 bags because that's the max and go back again and buy 10 more because she loves them for lunch. And like if you try to buy like a small bag in at like Target, it's like $5 and you get like 6 times as much at Costco for $9. It's phenomenal. I love those things. And the other thing we like a lot is like they have these containers of cinnamon rolls and they're really good, like the itty
Mm.
bitty little mini ones. So like they're nice for like if you're in a hurry or like this weekend when we go to Kalahari, we have a case of them. We'll bring them with because then it's like they last for a while. You bring them in, you know, eat a couple of them. They stay fresh, and it's like, I mean, I don't ever eat them, but Quinn and love them. So, and filet mignons are very cheap and they're huge there. That's one thing. Phenomenal,
Mm.
Yes.
really good.
Touche.
Mine are all, like,
How about you?
lame. Like, I like to get, like, chomp sticks because 'cause they're way cheaper there than the grocery store
Wait, what'd you
as,
say?
like, a s chomps.
Oh, I thought you said chopsticks. I was like, what? I really
That
said
is
chopsticks.
weird, Natalie.
I was like,
Yeah,
what?
Anyway,
really
the
yeah.
news. I literally had no idea you used that many chopsticks at your house.
That's we make our kids use them. That's how we teach them, like, Kill Bill.
What are chopsticks exactly?
There's
What
little
are
meat
they?
sticks.
Yeah,
They're like those beef sticks.
those are the ones that we got. We might
Red
have gotten
label.
some that. Oh,
Chomp.
those are the
It
ones we
says
got.
chomp.
Okay,
Chomp.
I'll just-
Yep. Mhm.
it has to be something else too. Right?
Milk. Get a lot of milk there.
Oh, so 5
But anyway,
gallons.
we'll
Talk
say
about a lot of
one thing
milk on
that's
this podcast.
interesting on the milk aspect, like, we used to get our skim milk because we do skim milk, which I know a lot of people are, you know, don't like skim milk, but, like, they used to have it at Aldi, and they don't have gallons of skim milk at Aldi anymore, which is, like, the closest grocery store to us, and it's harder to find skim milk except for, like, in the smaller ones, so we always buy our skim milk there because it's cheap and it usually lasts forever. Although, I might be the only person who has this, I hate taking the lid thingies off of the Costco milks because 'cause they're really hard to pull those things off when you take the thing off. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about?
The
Mhm.
gallon ones?
Yeah, like, they're very like, I
Yeah,
always
because 'cause
mess
they're,
them
like,
up.
kinda like square.
Yes,
Yeah,
they're very
weird bottles of milk
yeah.
Yeah, weird
there. Yeah.
bottles of milk.
I used to drink a lot of protein shakes and I would get those. Okay, speaking of mixing it up, let's mix it up and talk about some lumber news.
Let's do it.
All right.
Alrighty. Well, to start, it was kind of a somber week in the industry, to be honest. There was some very, you know, sad news that came out of the industry this week with Robbins Lumber and the fire that they had last Friday on May 15th. It was obviously, I mean, most people probably have heard of this point in time. It was a large fire that happened, and there was some injuries to people helping, as well as a firefighter who unfortunately lost his life while trying to help, you know, take care of the fire and, you know, save everyone else. So, yeah.
It's just
It's wild.
awful.
I we know the Robbins family and Alden especially is very involved in NALA and a very, very big, somebody that you look up to in the industry, but I had no idea that him and his family there was 3 in the family that were injured, and they are all volunteer firefighters, and so something I didn't know about them, I learned I always knew that they're, like, a solid company, good people, but had no idea that they were also volunteer firefighters, and so our hearts are with everybody at this time. It's really, really sad. It's been extremely distracting for a lot of us, and we're just thinking and praying of everybody over there at Robbins Lumber. They're a cornerstone in the industry. They are such a good company. 5 generations. They've been around since the 1800s. Like, they're an incredible operation, and we just hope that, they can first of all heal and come back stronger. And the memorial fund that was set up, I just checked this morning. There was an emergency relief fund set up by um, the Main Strong Memorial Foundation, and they were matching the first $13,000 that were donated, and it looked like they did match that amount already. There's $193,000 that have been raised so far. So if you
In
want to
just
help
that fund.
out, I'm sorry,
In just that fund, right?
just that fund. I know. I think there was another one that was set up as well, but we'll post the link in our comments so that if you want to help out financially to anybody that was impacted by this and their families, and the firefighter who lost his life. we'll link that so that there's a place for you to donate, and please do if
Yeah.
you can.
They're just good people. I mean, I feel like back when I was new to the industry, my first, NALA events, Alden welcomed me immediately. Like one of the first people I met, his sweet dad,
Jim
Jim.
is the best.
And I remember we ran into them at the airport and they're just so kind.
Yeah,
And it's
they
just
are.
praying for them.
My memory of Alden was he always caravans his family when we would go to NALA Leadership Summit, and he did it this last time with T100. He's got 6 kids and they load up and they all the way from Searsmont, Maine, wherever the event is at, they make a trip of it, and, I always thought that that was so cool. They would wanna drive that far, and, so they're a very, very special family to us, and, it's devastating. It's hard to talk about without feeling a certain way, and yeah, so we're just praying for them and hoping that there's a light here at the end of the tunnel.
I agree, and it's the one, I guess, for like where we say positive that came out of it is you can see like the community coming together to support them, which is always, I think, really a neat and sobering thing to see because I mean, a lot of times you get so caught up with everything, going on in life. And I mean, this is the other aspect of it, which is just it kind of can help recenter you and make you realize what's really important. Because, it's so easy to get caught up in all the, everything going on in your life and the negatives and stuff like that, and even the positives. But sometimes you just gotta, things like this make you reflect and be like, what really, really matters? And it makes you really, it's an unfortunate way for it to happen. But I mean, in my opinion, whenever you have great tragedies, the best thing you can do is try to find out, what can I do to help, better everyone from things like this. And I think that it shows you how important people are, such as the volunteer firefighters, and being able to do things like that. Cause I mean, that was obviously, very important aspect of helping, this get under the tragedy get into wraps. And then when you see a community come out to support them, Hammond donating 100,000. You have these other companies in the industry
Huge.
like the hardware stores like Damariscata. I'm gonna butcher that hardware and Randolph Hardware where they're doing roundups, for dollars for people can, do that to be able to round up to donate. It's just really neat to see people, coming together because you hear so much about things that drive people apart. So things like this show you that it's not all that. There are people do want to come together. They want to support each other, and I think that that's the good that can kind of come out of something like this is just realizing that we are all in it together, and we all are here, and we all do support people when they have these situations that come up.
Yep, and just tell the people that matter most to you how you feel about them. I mean, it's another good reminder of how short life is and how something so unexpected could happen. And so,
Sure.
yeah,
And it's especially
it's
appropriate on the Memorial Day weekend, where it's like that's the whole point of the weekend. I think a lot of times we get caught up being like, it's a holiday weekend. It's like it is, but there's a reason to it. It's to remember the people that have given their lives so that we can do what we're doing these weekends. So, I mean, it's just been like kind of a whole full circle thing over the past week of just, making sure that we're prioritizing and remembering the sacrifices that, people give that are much braver than I'll ever be in my entire life
Hmm.
and much
yeah.
more heroic.
Yeah, for the
Agreed.
Robbins family to be on that being part of fighting the fire that was happening says a whole lot about their character.
Yes.
Ugh.
So to transition, which is very tough, obviously, to the rest of the news throughout that's happened in the week. There was an acquisition that was announced by Richards Building Supply. This just came out yesterday. They're headquartered close to home where I'm at in Homer's Glen, Illinois. They announced that they had acquired United States Building Supply, which is in Colorado. They have locations in Colorado Springs, 2 in Denver, and then 1 in Loveland.
Congratulations to them.
Some other news that was reported is there was a war notice that went out earlier this month for Swiss Chrono in South Carolina that they were going to be reducing their workforce at their Barnwell, South Carolina location by 130. 130 employees were going to be permanently laid off. That was going to start in July 11th, and would be concluding by August 10th. If I remember correctly, they have a location there, and they also have one in Oregon, I believe, is where their other location is in the United States.
Did you guys see a little bit off topic here, but how many employees Meta is laying off? I think it was like,
10,000 or something, wasn't it?
yeah, I was gonna say 8,000. And then I was also seeing that there were 3 different commencement speakers who got booed when they mentioned AI. And I was like, what are the kids thinking?
Mhm.
That we're not gonna have jobs, and we just spent 4 years and $100,000 plus to get a job that may not be there in 5 years? That's what I'd be thinking.
You better learn how to pivot real freaking fast.
Yep.
Yeah.
One of them was Eric Schmidt, the, old Google CEO. So I saw, like, a
Yeah,
little bit of that, and they were, like, just booing him hard. And he's a really nice guy. I met him years ago when he was
he's a
doing a
really
book
nice
tour.
guy.
Yeah, he's a really nice guy, but I mean, the message is not I mean, he tried to spin it, but it's hard to be spun in a way when you're like I said, these kids, I mean, they're looking out there. I mean, I look at my past, like when I was going into college, which was, let's just say 5 years ago, give or take, not true. That they told me like "You should go to computer science, be a computer programmer. That's like the best job. And I was very close to doing that, but then I pivoted at the last minute to do finance, just because I thought that was kind of a interesting thing I wasn't as well versed in. It's like, thank goodness I did that because, like, look what's happened. I mean, no one could have predicted it back then that it would happen this quickly. But I mean, all
Right.
these people that went into that felt like they had the world, just like in front of them, they could never have anything change. It's all of a sudden in 2 years, like, look what's happened. It's scary. It
Yeah,
is.
and I think it's probably not the best time to have that in your commencement speech because, if you just spent 4 years and, like, this is the, first and second year where people are, like, using it at scale. Yeah, it's coming. It's here. You don't need to rub that back in our face. 5 years from now, have a nice little speech about it when we're all
Mhm.
using it. But, yeah, I mean, I heard something where somebody's talking about how, like, 10 years ago, they were saying everybody needs to learn Mandarin and everybody needs to get into computer science and look how wrong they were. We could be wrong again right now. We don't know. So just focus on your skills that you can control, like learn AI, learn how to use it to your advantage, but also like be a real person cuz AI cannot replace that. Lean into learning emotional intelligence and learning how to have relationships and then use AI for the rest, like ordering your groceries like Natalie does.
Yeah. Can't replace my social intelligence,
Right.
Trent.
Kind of funny that you bring that up because I had this conversation when we were last night. It was a weird night. It was very late, and so we just went and grabbed food at Taco Bell, which I've been to for a minute. And I was kind of
Ugh,
struck
I
by
love
something there.
Taco Bell.
And they got these wonderful new little mini taco salads that are phenomenal. They're on the
Ooh,
cheap menu. They're really good. Mexican pizzas are my jam.
are double deckers back?
I'm not sure honestly because all those things are too rich for my blood these days. Like a hard shell supreme taco is like $74 now. You're like, okay. It's like I gotta take out a loan to get Taco Bell now. It's pretty crazy. But it was very interesting because when I was going to get my food, because I'd ordered from the app because I didn't know if I had any rewards and I didn't, which is just very kind of funny considering what I'm about to say. It's like I was struck by the fact that there was all kiosks and there was two registers, and even between the registers there was a screen that you could do. And like I noticed like when people went up to ask questions to the people working there, like no one went up and talked to them. And it was this I found it interesting because it's like I remember when I was younger, I worked at fast food because that's kind of like almost like a rite of passage a lot. And it's like one thing you learn in fast food back then was how to interact with customers, whether they're right, wrong. And you just kind of had to learn to be able to, be nice as much as you can. It was a skill where it's like, hey, you're having a bad day. That's too bad. Suck it up. You got to put on the best face you can for the public. And I like when looking at this, I'm like, it's kind of scary because when you get rid of that under the context of having like the kiosks and stuff, it's like that's a skill that a lot of people aren't going to be able to develop. And it's like, if you're not developing it in those situations, where are you going to? Because it's one thing to get along with your friends, but that's something important to deal with people that you don't know, interacting with them, feeling comfortable, starting conversations, and again, dealing with conflict,
Yeah, and
with people you
rejection,
don't know.
and that was the same podcast I was listening to, the guy said, like, the biggest risk right here is men who aren't gonna be able to handle rejection and, like, knowing how to face that because everything is digital now. And so, yeah, these social skills that we used to just have to have from, like, growing up in our first jobs and learning how to interact with customers, I mean, that's going away, like, people are gonna need to go out and socialize to
Mhm.
keep that.
Yeah.
And like the younger generations aren't drinking as much anymore. So where are
No.
they going to socialize at?
Yeah. And what is that thing that they said it's like the blank face that they have where they've realized to not like this Generation Z right now has learned to have like a blank stare on their face if they have learned that expressing emotion takes too much energy if it's something they truly don't care about. And so they just have this like I think they called it dead face or blank
Great. So
face.
they're going to have less wrinkles too.
Yeah, probably.
But you know what else they're going to have? Less life.
Well, speaking of Baja Fresh, what about Baja Flat, like the lumber market? What's going on, Trent, in the pricing?
You and your transitions.
I just didn't know
Lumber
how to do that
pricing.
with Taco Bell, but we got there. How about taco smell bad? Because this lumber market does not smell good.
Well, we're gonna get something even smells worse right after the pricing. When we get to mortgage rates, but pricing at the end of last week was at 522. It's flat from the last week, so it's down 0% or $2 from a month ago. So Not a whole lot of movement, as you had kind of implied. But I gotta say, one thing that I think was the most striking thing that I saw in regards to like what we usually talk about is the mortgage rates. Like, holy guacamole. So they went up, and as of yesterday, the 30-year is at 6.51%,
Wow.
which is kind of crazy because last week it was at 6.36, and a year ago it was at 6.86. Don't quote me on this. I think I saw that this was the highest they'd been in the past 9 months, if I remember correctly. It didn't say that
Mhm.
in the Freddie Mac release. But I mean, like 2 months ago, we're like, yay, below 6%. And now it's like, JK. Oh, and it's just at the beginning of the summer, which is when it's like you usually see a lot of activity. So I mean, you're
A
starting
year
to see
ago, they
that.
were 6.86.
Yep. So,
This
I
is all
mean,
Kevin Warsh's fault.
Worse.
Kevin Warsh is the worst.
So mortgage
I'm just
applications are
kidding.
down 2.3%, I saw.
yeah, exactly. So, I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know. It's just it's a very interesting thing just to look at how everything's like working. I mean, between that and then also what we've spoken about before, gas prices. I paid the most like anecdotally last week than I had forever. Like, I mean, I went to Costco by me, which was usually, it's the cheapest, and we paid $5.09, which is I haven't paid over $5 for I don't even know how long. And I've seen it worse around here. I've seen it, 5.36, I think, down the street as well from here. And it's just like for around here, that's just crazy, and it's
Yeah.
right before the summer travel time, which is gonna affect
Yeah.
a lot of
Especially
people.
before Memorial Day, like, don't go fill up today if you don't have to, because
Mhm,
not a good day to do that. But, yeah, I think I complained 2 weeks ago that my tank cost $60 to fill, and it was 70 yesterday. So
mhm.
I'm like, "Okay," like, my car is just this, it's a CX-5, it's a smaller gas. It doesn't hold as much, it's like 12 gallons. So, let's talk about Natalie. She's paying how much to fill. She doesn't wanna talk
Literally.
about it.
I'm so frustrated. Oh, I
Yeah,
just waited for
Freddie's
this car for so long, and now it's here,
I
and
know. And now we all just need to go buy Teslas or something.
anyways, back to
Yep.
Kevin Warsh. He's being sworn in as we speak, I think, right now.
Congrats,
Yes, as the
Warsh.
new Federal Reserve Chair. Did you know he's married to Jane Lauder, who is the granddaughter of Estee Lauder,
Estee.
Did not.
who she has an estimated net worth of $2 billion.
So
So
not
does
much.
Warsh even care about us?
I know.
No.
He does. He cares about his job.
Yeah. Yeah, none of us.
Yeah, pretty
Ugh.
crazy. Anyways, breaking news, really.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah. They
Yeah.
met at Stanford University.
Mhm.
So he also has the same daughter as my birthday. Wait, what?
What? Same daughter as my birthday. Sweet.
His daughter has the same birthday as you?
He has the same birthday as my daughter.
That makes more sense. That makes a lot more sense.
Well, on that note, I think I need a holiday weekend.
I'll leave you with one fun, happy, positive note that I was looking into because Cat's Eye, one of my daughter's friend, her favorite bands right now, who has a fun song named Gnarly, which I've spoken about before. They announced their world tour, which I can't go to any because they're all on Tuesdays and Thursdays, which is odd. We found that they're playing a music festival in Iowa, so I think we're actually going to go do that in August. So there's some
Mm,
fun, happy news. That's on my
That's
concert for
very
you.
fun.
that's
Yeah,
awesome.
it's
Yeah,
going to
you
be a
haven't talked
gnarly
about
concert.
concerts in a while.
What was that? I know, right?
You have,
Yeah, seriously. I
yeah,
have a bunch coming up. We'll have to. I'm gonna go see Primus in a few weeks. We have so much to talk about concert wise. I'm so
so much to
excited.
talk about. All right, guys, have a great and very safe holiday weekend.
Yes, happy
Thank you. You as
Memorial
well.
Day.
Have a good Memorial Day.